Have you ever felt like you've completely hit a wall, like you just can't go any further? Well, today, we're cracking open the playbook of former Navy SEAL David Goggins. This is a man who basically lives on the other side of that wall. We're going to break down his entire philosophy into 3 super powerful, actionable tools you can start using, like right now, to master your own mind.
This one idea, this is the foundation for everything in the Goggins mindset. You see, he believes our brain is just a survival machine, and it's hardwired for comfort. It's designed to keep us safe, and because of that, it will lie to you. It'll tell you to stop, to give up, way before your body is actually done. So the real question is, what could you do if you just learned not to listen? Let's dive in.
All right, tool number 1. This is where all real change starts. And it's not a new workout plan or some fancy diet. No, it's something way more fundamental and honestly, a lot harder. It's about radical self-honesty. Goggins calls it the accountability mirror.
And this is the question you have to ask. The mirror, for Goggins, is a space for total, absolute confrontation. It's where you drop every single excuse and you face the raw, unvarnished truth about who you actually are versus who you say you want to be.
This slide just lays it all out, right? On one side, you've got that comfy story we tell ourselves. You know, all the excuses for why we can't do something. But on the other side, there's the truth. The mirror is a tool that's literally designed to shatter that story, to force you to look at reality and pinpoint the exact weaknesses you need to start attacking.
And look, the key here is that this isn't just some metaphor. It's a real physical method. You actually write down your goals, but you also write down your insecurities, your failures, the things you're ashamed of. Then you plaster them all over your mirror so you literally can't escape them. You have to confront them every single day. And as you make progress, you tear down the old notes and put up new ones. It becomes this living document of your personal war against yourself.
Okay, so being honest with yourself is step 1. But that honesty is pretty useless if you don't have the mental strength to act on it. And that brings us to tool number 2, callousing your mind. This is all about the process of intentionally building the mental toughness you're going to need for the fight ahead.
Think about it this way. A weightlifter's hands get calluses to handle more and more resistance, right? Well, Goggins argues we can do the exact same thing with our minds by deliberately, intentionally stepping into discomfort. Doing the things you hate every single day, you start to forge this kind of mental armor that makes you way more resilient to hardship and pain.
And we all know this voice, right? This is that internal battle. The second you step outside your comfort zone, your mind just starts its sabotage campaign. It's this storm of excuses and questions, all designed to get you right back on that path of least resistance. Just recognizing this voice for what it is, that's the first step to beating it.
But what happens when you just keep pushing through that negative monologue, day after day after day? Well, that voice, it starts to get quieter. The resistance fades, and eventually, one day, there's just silence. That's the moment you know you've won. You've calloused your mind. You are in control.
Now for the final and probably the most famous tool in the entire Goggins playbook. This is the concept that is going to completely reframe what you believe is possible for yourself. It's called the 40% rule. 40%. According to David Goggins, that number is the point where your mind is screaming at you that you are completely done, totally exhausted, empty. It's that precise moment where most of us stop, truly believing we have given every single thing we have. But here's the truth of it. Your mind is lying. The 40% rule is this simple but totally revolutionary belief that when you feel like you cannot possibly take another step, you still have a massive 60% reserve of untapped potential just waiting for you. Your perceived limit is not your real limit, not even close. This chart just visualizes it perfectly. That feeling of being completely spent, gassed out, that's just you hitting the 40% mark. What Goggins is telling us is that there is another 60% of willpower, of grit, of energy available to you. But the catch is, it's on the other side of suffering. So how do all these pieces actually fit together? It's really important to see that these aren't just 3 separate, random ideas. They are a single, unified system for unlocking the potential that is lying dormant inside every single one of us. So here's how the system works. It all starts with the accountability mirror, which forces you to be brutally honest. Then, you use that truth to go out and callous your mind through deliberate, chosen discomfort. And finally, when you think you're done,
You use the 40% rule to smash through your own perceived limits and find out what you're really, truly capable of.
This final quote really puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? The real enemy isn't failure, it's comfort. Goggins believes that a life lived entirely inside your comfort zone is a life where your true potential is never even discovered. The goal, then, isn't to avoid pain. It's to find it and transform it into purpose. So, we'll leave you with this one last thought. The very next time that voice in your head tells you to stop, to quit, to retreat back to comfort, just ask yourself one simple question. What if it's lying?